Today I'll be showing you how to find the determinant of 2x2 and 3x3 matrices. So let's start with the 2x2 matrix. So here's just a general 2x2 matrix with A, B, C, and D. And to find the determinant, you're going to want to do A times D, so AD, minus B times C. So the determinant of a 2x2 matrix is AD minus BC. Alright, let's do an example. So here we have a matrix A. So let's see if we can find the determinant. Well, the determinant's just going to be 3 times 4 minus 2 times 5. So that's just 12 minus 10, which equals 2. So that's our determinant. Alright, here's another 2x2 matrix. So see if you can find the determinant of B. The determinant's just going to be x plus 2 times negative 4 minus 7 times 3x. We can turn that into negative 4x minus 8 minus 21x. And that equals negative 25x minus 8. So our determinant is negative 25x minus 8. Alright, now let's move on to 3x3 matrices. So here we have a general 3x3 matrix with A1, A2, and A3, B1, B2, and B3, and C1, C2, and C3. So to find the determinant of a 3x3 matrix, you're going to want to take the first two columns and rewrite them on the right side of the matrix, like this. So A1, B1, C1, A2, B2, and C2. And then the determinant is going to be A1 times B2 times C3 plus A2 times B3 times C1 plus A3 times B1 times C2 minus A3 times B2 times C1 minus A1 times B3 times C2 minus A2 times B1 times C3. So that's the formula for a 3x3 matrix's determinant. But you don't need to memorize it, because you can just remember that you take the first two columns and rewrite them on the right side, and then use this crisscross pattern that I drew to work out the formula. Right, let's do some examples of 3x3 matrices. So see if you can find the determinant of A. Well, first we can write the first two columns to the right of the matrix. And then the determinant's going to be 1 times negative 1 times 2 plus 2 times 4 times 5 plus 3 times 0 times 0, which is just going to be 0, so I'll just write 0, minus 3 times negative 1 times 5 minus 1 times 4 times 0, which once again is just 0, minus 2 times 0 times 2, which is just 0 as well. So that becomes negative 2 plus 40 minus negative 15, which equals 53. So that's our determinant. Alright, let's do one final example. So see if you can find the determinant of this 3x3 matrix. Well, first we can write the first two columns to the right of the matrix. And then the determinant's going to be x times y times x plus y plus 2 times 4 times negative 2 plus negative 1 times 3 times 1 minus negative 1 times y times negative 2 minus x times 4 times 1 minus 2 times 3 times x plus y. That becomes x squared y plus xy squared minus 16 minus 3 minus 2y minus 4x minus 6x minus 6y. And then that just equals x squared y plus xy squared minus 10x minus 8y minus 19. So that's how you find the determinant of 2 by 2 and 3 by 3 matrices. Thanks for watching.